Welcome back to another segment of UNI-TV, where we'll look at news impacting the UNI and Cedar Valley community. I'm Dakota Funk.
And I'm Mike Lieb. Today we'll show you stories about parking on campus, men wearing high heels, and the exciting world of disc golf.
And I'm Lynn Taw. Sit down, relax, and enjoy a nice cup of UNI-TV.
Right now, from the University of Northern Iowa, this is UNI-TV News.
The chess club is in its second year here at UNI. AC Glassford sat down with Cassidy Noble to find out the future direction of the club.
The UNI Chess Club is in its second year here at UNI. I sat down with President Cassidy Noble to find out how he attained the position and more information on the club.
The former president graduated, so there's the vacancy, and I was the only person that was strongly involved with the club, so I came in.
The chess club meets twice a week and sometimes travels around the state.
Mainly, we just play with each other here on Thursday nights and then Monday evenings over at the library. And occasionally, some of us go to tournaments around Iowa.
Cassidy explained how every chess player has their own player rating.
There's a rating system that's based on the United States Chess Federation, those rules. The lowest that you can have is a 100 rating, and the highest that you can have is 3,000. I am around a 1,600 level. The sponsor for the club is around 1,800, and probably the majority of the players are in the 1,100-1,200 range.
I don't have an official rating. I'm probably around 1,100 or 1,200.
Grad student Elizabeth Collins started playing chess around the age of 10.
I guess I started with playing my brother, my older brother. He's like 4 years older than me, and I just always really wanted to beat him because he was really good, and it was really exciting when I finally did. I beat him in like probably middle school, and I was like really proud of myself.
Cassidy would love for this club to continue to grow.
Goals for the club would probably be to continue to grow membership. Last year we had a solid 2. And then this year we had 6 this week, we had 15 last week. So it's very volatile, but hopefully it just continues to grow.
Elizabeth explained to me many reasons why she loves to play the game of chess.
I think it's there's so many different strategies, and I don't know, I think it's a very social game too, because you have to know your opponent and you have to kind of respond to what their playing style, and it's just a very complex, interesting game, and it's a lot of fun.
Be sure to check out the chess club every Monday evening in the library and every Thursday evening in the mock reunion. Lastly, I leave you with a game of speed chess. For UNI-TV, I'm AC Glassford.
Available parking spots on the University of Northern Iowa campus can often be hard to find. Our very own Dakota Funk went looking for answers and filed this report.
For the nearly 14,000 students, faculty, and staff members on campus, it can be difficult to find available parking. According to the UNI Department of Public Safety, there are only 9,200 parking spots available. For some, finding a spot near their destination is simply out of the question.
I just think that there needs to be more parking spots on campus and closer to the classes that you're trying to go to, instead of having to come to class like 20 minutes early just to find a parking spot.
The A and B parking lots, which tend to be located next to the campus buildings, are oversold every year. So pass holders are not even guaranteed a parking spot.
I've been late to work, so I try and find a street parking spot. And then recently they've been giving $30 tickets, because one for failure to purchase a parking pass, and then the other one would be parking in 30 minutes for over 30 minutes. So they've been doubling up, and you would think with all this income they're incurring from parking fees that they would be able to provide another parking lot for us.
At the beginning of the school year, there were over 200 more parking passes sold than there were actual parking spots available on campus. That increase had some people turned off from even purchasing a parking pass.
My first couple years here, I got one, and I realized that you had to be here so early in order to find a spot that it really just it became easier just to park off campus and walk the 4 or 5 blocks to class.
Parking pass prices can range from person to person depending on where they park. Typically, the parking spots closer to the buildings on campus cost more. That can be frustrating for pass holders who can't even find a spot.
If they're going to charge $80 and upwards of $80 a year to park, you should be guaranteed a parking spot, and I don't feel like that's the case.
For me, I could never really justify the expense to then loop and circle and maybe even end up parking as far away as I end up parking anyway.
The number of parking spots available on campus has decreased even more, as Baker Hall's parking lot is now closed due to the demolition of the building, as you can see behind me. Individuals who parked in this area are now forced to park elsewhere. The Department of Public Safety says they are doing the best they can to better improve the parking situation here on campus, but there are still limitations to what they can actually do. Reporting for UNI-TV, I'm Dakota Funk.
I am a future Panther.
I am excited for college.
I am building my skills.
I'm trying new things.
I am shaping the future.
I am ready for the real world.
I am a success.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net. For our next story, we go to Nathan Grieve with a behind-the-scenes look at an upcoming UNI production at the Interpreters Theater. Nathan, what do you have for us?
Yes. Okay.
Films, TV shows, and plays are things that we can all enjoy. However, not all of us know just what goes into the creation of our entertainment. There's a great deal of work involved, much of it happening before there's been any sort of announcement of the upcoming project. Over the past few months, I found myself caught up in this same process as one member of a team tasked with giving life to Dr. Paul Siddons' newest play, Just Another Day in Paradise. Dr. Siddons is a common face in the Interpreters Theater, taking on many different roles from show to show. For this newest show, he's the creator of the basic concept, and he has enlisted help to give this play a unique style.
This semester has been particularly busy, and I've had a lot of things on my plate, so it felt like it was a good opportunity to get some other people involved and to allow me to structure my time so I could definitely devote time to the play, but also get some fresh input into it.
The process is long, but never fails to be full of excitement. The team dynamic is very strong and has already led to the play taking on a new life of its own. Although there is no official date yet, Dr. Siddons left this reminder.
So we'll be doing the show in the fall, somewhere late October, early November. It'll be in Lang 040, the UNI Interpreters Theater, and we hope that you all will come to see it.
For UNI-TV, I'm Nathan Grieve.
Here at the University of Northern Iowa, men from all 4 fraternities and from across the campus put on some red pumps and joined together to walk a mile in her shoes. For more on the event is Luke Hansen.
If everyone in our society lived by this creed, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. Change is possible, and men can help.
I am a participant as well as a leader to show other members in my fraternity and other fraternities that it's a great cause and it's a great way to spread awareness.
Sexual Assault Awareness Week brings several events to the University of Northern Iowa, mainly for women, but this event, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, focuses on guys walking a full mile in red high heels.
You know, it wasn't that bad. I'm a 4-year veteran with this, and I participate in a lot of events like skiing, biking, so I got some pretty strong legs on me.
It was pretty painful. Not gonna lie, I went a size and a half down because we ran out of sizes, so.
It was really painful. So very painful. Yeah, kudos to the girls that walk around in heels.
Why would men want to walk around campus wearing high heels?
Well, very similar to a bad car accident. When you see a group of guys walking in high heels, you can't help but look. So as we're walking through our community, we are telling people about what we are doing, as well as spreading the word before and after the event. And this is a great way to show that we're giving back, and as men, we care about sexual assault, and especially at college age, this is where we can make a big difference with our lives.
You know, guys can be pretty shy when it comes to stuff like this, so seeing a bunch of other guys doing it in a big crowd takes a lot of the pressure off. So I would tell them that it's not the stereotype that they think it is. It's definitely for a good cause.
Well, I think nationwide fraternities have this stigma of being the aggressors of sexual assault on college campuses, and I think it's really important that we take a stand and say that our campus, our community will be different. And I think through Walk a Mile in Our Shoes, our ultimate goal is to raise awareness, and I think it shows that this is an issue that people care about. This is an issue people want to take a stand against.
How can more students get involved with Sexual Assault Awareness Week at UNI?
You know, this is Sexual Assault Awareness Month on campus, so there's plenty of events, whether it's Sigma Phi Epsilon's events next week or events put on by the Women and Gender Studies college here at UNI. There's plenty of opportunities the rest of the month to get involved. Next year, I guarantee we're going to be hosting Walk a Mile in Our Shoes again. It's a success year after year. There's plenty of avenues to get involved, and there's no reason not to get involved.
Our Sexual Assault and Awareness Week has its own Facebook page, and that can be found just by typing in SAW, S-A-A-W, and we have a full list of events on there that we'll be doing starting Monday.
Reporting for UNI-TV, I'm Luke Hansen.
For more than 125 years, programs in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences have formed a cornerstone at the University of Northern Iowa. Students can pursue a degree in a range of majors that cater to their interests and provide career preparation. Chaz majors enjoy the best of two worlds, the opportunities and state-of-the-art facilities of a larger university with the connection to faculty and hands-on experience of a smaller school. Together, we can build a foundation that will prepare you for your future.
Students at UNI joined together to encourage putting an end to microaggressions. Mike Hudson and Olivia Hoddle with the story.
Students recently gathered outside of Mocker Union to participate in the I2 UNI event. The campaign allows members of underrepresented groups at UNI to share their unique experiences with microaggressions by writing them down on a whiteboard. After posing with their whiteboard, the pictures are posted to social media outlets for everyone to see.
I feel like these stories are very strong, and a lot of people, when they read it, it's like, oh my God, somebody told you that? I can't believe that.
The goal is to shed light on misconceptions about minority groups and to raise awareness of intentional or unintentional behaviors that can devalue someone's culture or race.
We know a lot of students that have experienced microaggressions on campus, and we believe that everybody has a story and that story should be heard.
Inspired by the I Too Am Harvard campaign, the event was planned by a committee of student representatives from various multicultural groups here on campus.
It's never to criticize you and I being this is an unwelcome environment. It's actually the opposite. I think it's to say UNI has a lot of different stories here, and so we're going to come together and share them, and so this is to create unity more than anything.
To join the I2M UNI movement and support the cause, you can connect with them online to share your own experiences.
Do you like playing with frisbees? Do you like golf? Well, here with a story about the local disc golf scene is our very own Mike Lieb. Take it away, Mike.
Among the popular places in the area is one of many disc golf courses that people of all ages can enjoy, especially in the upcoming summer season. Valley View Park, located right off of Green Hill Road, features 2 rounds of 9 holes that can cater to any skill level.
I like it because on most of the holes you can see the basket and where you're throwing. You can pick your lines before you throw, and most of the time they go where you want it to.
Disc golf is recently growing in popularity and can be an excellent way to get outside and enjoy the nice weather.
Something to do, get outside, not stay in the house all day, get some fresh air.
It is a nice place, just get everything off your mind, you know. After a rough week, come out and do a little bit of disc golfing.
It's a good time. It's not stressing at all, you know, it's not completely competitive with us. It's more of like a friend thing, get out, you know, it gives your friends something to do because there's not a lot to do here. I mean, disc golf is definitely one of the bigger ones around here.
A fairly simple concept. Disc golf requires the thrower to toss a frisbee into the basket on a course much like you'd find in golf. To begin playing is fairly easy, but as you'd expect with just about any other activity, it takes practice.
The first year I was, you know, throwing it in the air, going about maybe 15 feet, coming right back to you. It took a little bit, you have your friends that have been playing for a while teach you. I mean, it took me, you know, a good year to actually get good, and then I'm still learning today. You know,
it's just a fun sport. It's easy to pick up on. It's free as soon as you buy your discs, which aren't cheap.
With the summer season just around the corner, now is a good time to grab some friends, pack some frisbees, and head to one of the many disc golf courses around the Cedar Valley area.
Yeah, come out to Ghost Town. I'll meet you here.
Play one-on-one.
Play one-on-one.
Have you ever caught yourself thinking, what am I doing with my college career? What's something actually fun I can get involved in on campus? Look no further than Cedar River Productions, or as many know it as CRP. It's the perfect way to gain experience with on-camera acting, learn how to shoot promotional videos, commercials, or short films, and boost your confidence in editing with Adobe Premiere. Come check out one of our CRP meetings every Thursday at 6 p.m. in the Performing Studio of Lang Hall, or like our Facebook page, Cedar River Productions, for the latest updates.
The Panther Marching Band has their sights set across the pond to London for an experience of a lifetime. Sammy Mallow has more on that story.
The University of Northern Iowa Panther Marching Band had a formal visit with the Lord Mayor of the City of Westminster as they were formally invited to perform in the London New Year's Day Parade.
The UNI Marching Band has been invited to perform at the 29th New Year's Day Parade in London, England. And today we're lucky to have the Lord Mayor of London, Duncan Sandys, here on campus to present the official invitation to the band to perform in London.
In recognition of an unparalleled reputation for outstanding performance abilities, the patrons and the organising committee of London's New Year's Day Parade and Festival, in association with Youth Music of the World, the City of Westminster, the Lieutenancy of Greater London, and the London Mayors Association, take great pleasure in extending an invitation to the University of Northern Iowa Panther Marching Band, Iowa, USA, to participate in the 29th Annual New Year's Day Parade and Festival, to be held in London, England, between December the 27th, 2014 and January the 3rd, 2015. Congratulations.
To go from just talking about the possibility of this trip to hearing the formal invitation brought this opportunity to reality.
Well, the students found out that we had been invited back in December, and the students were ecstatic. I mean, just so excited that I could barely finish relaying the information about the trip to them. And we continue to work on the details December, January, and February, and it's just this month that we were finally able to iron out the details and say for sure that we are accepting the invitation to go to London.
The ceremony with the Lord Mayor was really, really special. It was very cool to have somebody come overseas just to talk to us and to really recognize us as a group and make us feel welcome and make us feel invited to their home.
Just kind of got chills a little bit. Like, I knew we had been planning on it and we knew that he was going to invite us because, you know, he wouldn't come here to say, sorry, we're not going to invite you. But just like to hear him actually like formally invite us was a great feeling because I was like, this is real, you know, it's actually happening.
While in London, the Panther Marching Band will experience more than just the New Year's Day parade.
The trip will be from December 28th to January 4th next year, and in addition to playing in the New Year's Day parade, the students will have a chance to visit the Tower of London, Hampton Court Palace, Stonehenge, and a variety of other landmarks and historic sites in London.
This opportunity for the Panther Marching Band carries great significance for both the Panther Marching Band and this university.
Well, this is the first time that the UNI Marching Band has performed internationally, and so it means a lot to our students and to our program to be able to take the band overseas to perform in London.
Being invited to go to London for the New Year's Day parade is a huge honor and gives the marching band here at UNI great exposure internationally, really. It's a huge deal to be invited, and it's very selective, and being one of the only bands from Iowa and one of the only American acts to go is a really special and a really once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us.
I think it's really special that we have been invited of all bands in the nation. You know, others have been invited as well, but for us to be chosen, I know we kind of sometimes get forgotten, but it's really nice to know that somebody is out there watching and that they think that we're good enough to do that, because I certainly think we are. And I was like, it's about time, but I just think it's really great that we've been invited to do this.
It's fantastic for the university. It's fantastic for the marching band. It's fantastic for the community, because it's not just the New Year's Day parade, it's the New Year's Festival, which lasts from, I think, December 26th to January 2nd. So great exposure for us, great opportunity for students to go, but also a great opportunity for parents, friends, family to join people in London to celebrate New Year's and celebrate the University of Northern Iowa and celebrate the Panther Marching Band.
We could not be more excited to accept this invitation, and we thank you for being here.
This has been Sammy Mallow for UNI-TV.
Iowans know that April can mean sunshine, rain, or snow, which is why the director of this year's Bard in the Yard is preparing for the worst. Emily Morrison has more on that.
The UNI Student Theater Association holds one outdoor performance a year known as the Bard in the Yard, which comes from the Shakespearean term meaning poet.
I think it's going to be a challenge, but a fun challenge, to adapt to the space, adapt to the weather. You know, maybe it's really cold, maybe it's really hot. It's going to be April. Really, in Iowa, that could mean anything.
The company will be performing Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, a story about a brother and sister who lose each other during a shipwreck, get stranded on an island, and make connections along the way.
Really, I think it's a story of love. You know, people just find love in all these unexpected places. There's going to be some comedic bits. We have some characters who are just kind of out there and ridiculous. And we've got some fun fight sequences, you know? And then we've got these moments where these characters are just so full of passion and love that they just share it with the world.
4 actors and 4 actresses help play the multiple and diverse characters of the show.
I think it's more challenging as an actor, because you do have to create these 2 or 3 distinct different characters, you know, and really differentiate the characters.
There's been a lot of work that's gone into getting this whole thing together, and I'm really excited to just see it all come together.
Actor Sean Klippel is particularly excited about playing Antonio the pirate.
Kind of like your Jack Sparrow of Shakespeare.
While actress Molly Giegerick has different reasons for her enthusiasm.
I get to hit somebody with a frying pan, and that's what I'm really excited about.
Klippel reminisced on a previous Bard in the Yard, which he took part in.
First night it was windy and it was freezing and it was cold, but you just do it because it's fun. And the next night, it just downpoured. And people still came. They came with umbrellas and they came with blankets, and the actors took their shoes off and we performed barefoot.
Those involved are anticipating a good turnout again this year.
I want them to have a better respect for Shakespeare. I'm hoping with the environment and the cast and just the fun energy that we're bringing to it, I hope that they take away oh, Shakespeare actually is kind of fun.
The play is free to the public and will be performed April 29th and 30th at 8 p.m. here in the courtyard. For more information, visit unistaonline.org. For UNI-TV, I'm Emily Morrison.
Hello, my name is Dwight Watson. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at the University of Northern Iowa. At the University of Northern Iowa, we are excited about preparing teachers and educators and people who provide services throughout the community. Our goal is to educate, serve, and lead. I'm excited about the opportunities that are in my College of Education. If you're interested in becoming a leader, a teacher, or a service provider, come to the University of Northern Iowa.
Iowa's farming season is here, and local farmers are getting ready to dig into some dirt. Margot Sturgis has the story.
The 2014 farming season is quickly unfolding. Gary Sturgis fills us in on the current issues farmers are facing.
The 2014 farming season is going to probably start out fast this year. Last year in 2013, hundreds of thousands of acres never got planted due to the wet weather, which puts the farmers way more itchy this year to get in earlier. The time frames we always try to shoot for up in our area is anywhere after the 20th of April, and they claim up to May 15th we don't lose any yield. So we basically, with the dates we are at now, we've got about a 2-week window to get our corn in the ground. With the winter being as bad as it was and as long a winter, we still are dealing with a lot of frost in the ground. Even as late as April 15th, April 20th, there's still up to a foot of frost in the ground, which is really unheard of, but we had such a drastic cold winter. This year's farms, the prices are way less this year, so the farmers need to be a little more efficient. Last year, $7.5 corn we were having. This year we're looking at $4 to $5 corn. Mother Nature's the final tally to decide when we are going to get in.
Coy Ragnar and his friends went to the Iowa Band Museum, which is the home of the Cedar Falls Municipal Band. Check out the history of the band and see what he found out.
So we're here at the Cedar Falls Municipal Band Museum, or maybe it's the Iowa Band Museum, home of the Cedar Falls Municipal Band. It's actually the oldest municipal band museum in Iowa today. We'll find a little bit more about that, I'm sure, as we start to look at the displays.
This is the sign-in book for the Iowa Band Museum, which is the home of the Cedar Falls Municipal Band Hall. And these are the visitors that sign in here. They just ask you for the date, your name, where you're from, and any comments that you would like to leave for the municipal band.
I'm Justin Nelson. I've played tuba in the Cedar Falls Band now for 57 years. Well, these pictures in the hallway are every 10 years from what, about the first 1846.
Oh, wow.
Should we step this way? Sure. How long has the Cedar Falls Municipal Band been around?
Well, we go back to political things but we weren't really organized until 1891 as such. But it was, I guess, the way I got it, it was a loosely organized group. Well, a loose group that nothing real regular, just like summer concerts. But yeah, it was organized in 1891.
Can we take a look at the rehearsal space?
Oh, sure.
You're from where?
From town. I've lived in Cedar Falls. So what is this we're looking at right here?
This is the raised platform that they practice.
Oh. And you practice here?
Yes.
How often a week do you practice these days?
We practice Mondays in June and July.
Hello again.
Hi, how you doing?
I was wondering what type of horn this is.
Oh, yes.
Has in this picture.
The first three directors.
I was wondering what type of horn this is that he has here too.
Some kind of a cornet.
Okay, so it looks a little bigger than.
Well, trumpet is long.
Yeah. This one's taller.
Yeah, some are bigger up and down.
I suppose they probably made them in a lot of different shapes.
Oh yeah. All kinds of shapes for cornets and really odd ones.
So who commonly does the vocals for the Cedar Falls Municipal Band? Is it one of the instrument players, or do you have separate people who come in just to do vocals?
At the concert?
Yeah.
There's a Perry Wright. That's the sound system. He's moving to the industrial park. In fact, I think he has a building in progress.
And so does he do the singing?
No, I'm sorry. No, he does the controls and wired and stuff. The microphone.
But who does the actual singing?
Oh, different people.
Are they band players, or do you bring people in just to sing, like on a song?
Yeah, people come in for vocal controls.
I'm interested to know a little bit about the uniform in here.
Well, the gray hat.
What, do you know anything about this hat here?
No, that's one of those strange things that I don't know.
You just came here and there was this.
We're kind of thinking that it might be matching this uniform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. The blue stuff. Now you have a lot of these gray hats. So is this what you wear nowadays?
No, we haven't used those uniforms for some time. These were purchased in 52, and then we decided, wait a minute, let's keep those, and we first used them in Chicago in 1953.
Oh, and that's when you won first place, isn't it?
Last first place.
Must be a lucky uniform.
Well, good band.
Yeah, good band. Now let's see, Chuck's in here with these instruments.
Here's one of those.
Chuck had all of them. Now are these instruments still in use?
Probably clarinets. Well, the clarinets and anything with pads may not be really much playing condition. Just barely. Oh, they got number 30 oil in there, I think.
Yeah. And what can you tell us about this double bell euphonium?
Yeah. It's basically a euphonium with the common 3 valves. The 5th valve changes from the big bell to the small bell.
Wow.
The 4th valve is like this 4 valve.
So like this valve. And what would that do if I were to push this in?
It takes the place of 2nd and 3rd.
So it's like if you were to push down both of these, this would be the equivalent of pushing down both of these?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. As long as I played sousaphone, I have not completely understood that.
Right. So this is the instrument you play? Or, I mean, an older version?
I have played that, yeah.
You played this one? This very one here?
I have played that one, yeah. But it's, let's see, what do you figure that? I think it's 35 pounds.
Have to see a chiropractor a lot after each concert?
Well, I haven't played that for a long time.
Do they make it out of lighter material these days?
Yeah, they're usually lighter, thinner, thinner brass.
Now, do you find that changes the sound it makes? Does it decrease in quality when you use the thinner material?
I'm not sure about that, but from that and fiberglass. Fiberglass is not the quality of this. And apparently, manufacturers are getting away from fiberglass.
That's good. Back to that. So does anyone play this double bell euphonium anymore?
I think that was probably played last in 1991 during our centennial.
How does that change the sound when you switch from one bell to the other?
You would catch the let's see, with one of your fingers here, and that would reroute the air to this part of the tube. I wonder is that mouthpiece where we get that up? Isn't that well?
Yeah. Now, why do they make things like this anymore?
I don't know if anybody makes a double bell euphonium. They're in different shapes. Sometimes the bell is straight up. The bells quite often are straight up and maybe not detachable. I think these are always turned forward. You'd probably play that
like that.
This way. It would sound a little bit more like a trombone.
Yeah. It's a beautiful instrument, both in shape and sound.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shape. It's got some wear, of course. We decided we would ride, and we have a
modern day version of the bandwagon, huh?
It's a stretch bandwagon.
That is nice.
Can you get that without too much reflection?
Yep. Now, did the person driving the semi, did they ever get tempted and start playing along with their semi horn?
I don't remember if he had a horn or not, but it was quite a challenge. Big band.
That's interesting. You see a lot more females in this picture than the one over there.
Yes.
Does that correspond at all to World War II?
Well, kind of. Yeah, it was an all-male band. Well, Mrs. Dr. Russell was probably the first gal, only because one number they did for the contest needed a heart part. And she knew enough about town that she could pick up the heart part.
Oh, this is City Hall annex.
Yeah. That's probably the first one we had. The first group picture for a long time after 53.
Wow.
And then this
30 years later.
Now and then this one. This is black and white that you saw. No. I had that in black and white up front. But that 84, that's 87 back there.
Why did they stop for like 30 years taking pictures?
Well, I don't know. I guess there just wasn't the occasion, like a special occasion, to have a picture taken. Now every 2 or 3 years we have a picture taken.
Gives you a good sense of history.
Yeah, because there's so many people that have played maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years that never got the picture.
I have one final question before we head out here. And, my friend Corey here, who's behind the camera, got this CD on Sunday when we were here.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you would be so kind as to autograph it for us.
We're
any place you want.
Right up to there? Sure. Okay. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, we listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I am a future Panther.
I am ready to transfer.
I am building my skills.
I am social networking.
I am investing in my future.
I am challenging my students.
I am running my own business.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
A smile on a child's face can impact an entire community. Here's Zach Wright to tell us what the Northern Iowa Wishmakers did to help grant a young child his wish.
The Northern Iowa Wishmakers held their Swishes for Wishes fundraiser on March 29th in the upper courts of the Wellness and Recreation Center on UNI's campus. Swishes for Wishes is a 3-on-3 basketball tournament raising money to help grant the wish of an Iowan child. Connor Kem explains all the WRC did to help them out.
First thing we did was talk to the WRC about renting all these 8 courts upstairs, and after that we got scoreboards set up, we had refs for the games, and other miscellaneous things like stuff for the brackets. And that's pretty much, for the most part, that's all they pretty much did for, besides tables and chairs and little other things. But mostly that was what all the WRC did. And then after that, obviously you have to get teams signed up, and we ended up getting 40 teams, so it was pretty good.
As with any fundraiser, the day of can be very stressful.
The day of was, the worst part I would say was probably setting up brackets, because we did those all by hand, so it's kind of old-fashioned, but it was interesting because obviously a lot of 3rd and 4th grade teams signed up, so there was probably I think 17 or 18 of them, and their parents were on top of you, trying to hey, when do we play, when can we all get lunch, stuff like that. So I would say brackets was the main what would you say, problem, but it was the main issue, and so.
Northern Iowa Wishmakers were happy with the great turnout and the money they helped raise.
Yeah, like I said, the turnout was pretty good. We had about 40 teams, so there's probably a little over 200 people here, so that was pretty good. We raised, I think it was around $3,700, so that was pretty good. It was better than last year, and we keep getting bigger and bigger each year, so definitely. All the donations that we got, we had a silent raffle, silent auction as well, so that was a good moneymaker besides team registration. But all the money we did raise goes towards our granting a wish, which with that amount raised, we can grant one wish this year, again, which is $10,000. So it is an expensive investment, I guess you'd say, but it's definitely worth it, obviously. So.
The Wishmakers Foundation withholds some of the information about the child, but they did tell Connor what the money went towards.
With the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they can only let us know so many things about the child, but it is a child from the Des Moines area, and the thing is the child already had their wish granted and they went to Disney World. So we're making those the expenses that they had, we're paying for those.
For UNI-TV, I'm Zach Wright.
Thank you for watching another segment of UNI-TV. We hope you enjoyed seeing the life and times of the Cedar Valley through the eyes of our very own news team.
And until the fall, have a safe and delightful summer. For UNI-TV, I'm Mike Lieb.
I'm Lynn Ta.
And I'm Dakota Funk.
Stay classy, UNI.